Everyone climbs a mountain in life. For some, it's a literal climb, like villagers trekking up hills to reach their farms. For others, it's a metaphorical mountain, a career, a dream, a personal goal. But the truth remains the same for all of us. The journey is hard, and right when we feel like we can't go on any longer, right when the weight feels unbearable, it's that last inch that makes all the difference, that final step. The one that feels impossible is the one that separates success from failure. But here's the reality. Most people give up at that moment. When the going gets tough, they stop. They say, I can't do it anymore. I'm done. Why? For two reasons. First, they had a bad plan of action, and second, they lost the motivation they once had. They didn't see the fruits of their labor. They couldn't visualize the impact of all their hard work. So they threw in the towel, they quit, but quitting never leads to greatness. You see, no one remembers the person who almost reached the summit but gave up. History celebrates those who push through, who endure, who climb that last inch. Facing life's toughest moments. You are going to come up against moments in your life when you feel like that person, like giving up, is the only option left. I've been there. I know what it's like to stare defeat in the face. I know what it's like to hear someone tell you that it's over. To be told that your dream is impossible, someone told you it's over for you. Maybe they said, just give up, go home and die. That's a hard thing to hear. Maybe it was someone close to you, a family member, a friend, a boss, someone who you thought believed in you. But instead, they told you that your journey was finished. They sent you home broken. Maybe you were told you'd never be a doctor. Maybe someone said, you'll never make it to law school. Maybe you failed an exam, a test, or an interview. And instead of encouragement, you were sent packing. You're not good enough. They said go home. And it hurt deeply. They didn't just close a door. They shut it hard. Or maybe it wasn't your career at all. Maybe it was your marriage. Maybe your wife looked you in the eyes one day and said, I'm done. I don't want this anymore. Or maybe it was your husband who left, walked out the door and never came back. They left you standing there broken, unsure of what to do next. The call for mental toughness. But here's where I need you to listen closely. Never give up. I mean that, never give up. You need mental toughness. When life kicks you down, it's not a reason to cry. It's a reason to build. A reason to get stronger, a reason to become more intense, more focused, more driven. Every tear, every ounce of pain you've felt isn't meant to break you. It's meant to build you. It's meant to push you to levels you never thought you could reach. You need one more thing to make it, one more check, one more call, one more effort to put yourself in a position where success isn't just possible, it's inevitable. I don't care if life's unfair. I don't care if someone else had it easier. I don't care if you have to fight harder than anyone else. It doesn't matter. Because that's what you have to do to win. And trust me, you can get through this. You're bigger than this. You're tougher than this. And when you come out the other side of this challenge, you're going to be better. You're going to be bigger, stronger, bolder. You've got more inside you. Some of you are saying you've given everything you've got. You're saying, I've done everything right. I've given my all. But listen to me. Your all is a lot more than you know. You've got more inside of you than you realize. You've been selling yourself short. You've been thinking that you're empty, that you're at the end of your rope. But let me tell you something. You're just getting started. We've come too far to quit now. When you're in the darkest place, when you feel like all is lost, when you think there's no way to turn it around. Remember this. Victory is near. I don't care if you have to inch your way there day by day, step by step. I don't care if it hurts, if it's hard, if nobody sees what you're going through. You are not alone in your struggle. But if you don't quit, if you refuse to give up, the pit will become your platform. I'm telling you right now, your lowest moment, that place where you felt broken, where you thought you had nothing left to give, that's going to be the place of your greatest testimony. That's going to be the story you tell when you look back and say, I made it through, I overcame phenomenal willpower, over phenomenal skill. I'm not phenomenally skilled. I'll be the first to admit it, but I am phenomenally willed. My willpower is stronger than anything. I refuse to give up. I refuse to surrender. I refuse to quit. And that's where most people get it wrong. They give up too easy. They hit one obstacle, one setback, and they throw in the towel. But not us. We've come too far. We've been through too much. We've faced too many obstacles. We've seen too many victories to quit now. We've looked defeat in the face and we've beaten it. So why would we stop now? We've come too far to start doubting ourselves. We've come too far to start second-guessing every decision. Once we hit that wall, once we reach that point where the mind says, I'm done, we don't give in. We don't stop. We push that switch, the switch called willpower, and we keep going. Yes, we're tired. Yes, we're hungry. Yes, our minds are screaming. Give up, but we can't give up. Not now, not when the goal is within reach. A mindset for success. This isn't what we dreamed about. This isn't the picture-perfect version of success we imagined, but mentally we must be there before we even start. Success is a mindset. It's not about being perfect, it's about being relentless. That dream, that goal, that vision of success that we hold in our minds, we're going to meet it. We're going to create it. And all we have to do is sweat for it, work for it, study for it, drive for it, and believe in it. Never take no for an answer, and never give up. Grab the oars and row. There will be times when the winds of life don't blow in your favor, when you feel like you're drifting, stuck in the middle of a storm, lost at sea. But in those moments, you don't just sit back and let life happen to you. No. You grab the oars, you row, you push yourself, your boat, your vessel toward the harbor, toward that place you know you need to be. No one is going to get you there except you. No one is going to hand you success. You have to fight for it. You have to take it. And when you leave the crowd behind, when you start dreaming big, when you start expressing the best version of yourself, people are going to notice. And not everyone will be supportive. When you stand out, when you do something different, some people won't like it. Every hero, every person you look up to was called crazy at one point. They were mocked, laughed at, called idiots, losers. But guess what? They kept going. Let frustration fuel your fire. When you hit that point of frustration, when you feel the anger building up inside you, use it. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you to do what you've always dreamed of doing. Because that frustration, that's power. That's energy. And when you channel it into your work, into your goals, there's nothing that can stop you. Your goal should be to become so successful, so good at what you do, that all the people who doubted you, who mocked you, will have no choice but to look down in shame. One person with a belief, one person with unwavering conviction, can override the doubts of thousands of others. The people who are hungry, who are willing to do what others won't do today, are the ones who will have what others won't have tomorrow. Resilience is in your DNA. The spirit of resilience, the spirit of grit, it's in your DNA. It's in your blood. Overcoming adversity is in your blood. You come from a line of fighters.